JDM. You've seen the decals, the builds, the hype, but what does it really mean? Is it just a buzzword, or is there something deeper behind the cars and the culture? Today, we're diving into a topic every car enthusiast hears, but not everyone fully understands. Let's break it down. What exactly is JDM? Why do people love it? And why has it become a global obsession? JDM stands for Japanese Domestic Market. On the surface, that sounds pretty straightforward. It refers to cars and parts made for the Japanese market, not exports, not global models. These are vehicles specifically built and sold for use within Japan. But here's where it gets interesting. A car might be built in Japan, but that doesn't make it JDM by default. For example, if a Honda Accord was assembled in Japan but made to be sold in the US, that's not JDM. That's just a Japanese export. True JDM means the car was intended for Japanese roads, built to comply with Japanese regulations, and tuned for Japanese driving styles. That means different suspension setups, different emission standards, and often different engines compared to the versions sold overseas. It's not just about where a car was made, it's about why it was made, how it was built, and what it means to the people who drove it. JDM cars aren't just a different version, they're often better, depending on who you ask. For example, take the Honda Integra Type R. The JDM version had a hand-ported B18C engine, tighter gear ratios, and less sound insulation for weight savings. The US version was good, but Japan kept the best bits for itself. Same with the Nissan Silvia S15. Never sold in North America, but legendary among drift fans for its sharp handling and SR20 DET turbo engine. The Toyota Chaser, a sleeper sedan packed with a turbo inline-six, only available in Japan. You'll also find the most JDM cars are right-hand drive, because Japan drives on the left side. They often have more aggressive tuning, unique body kits, exclusive trim packages, and even interior tech that wasn't offered overseas. Sometimes it's subtle, sometimes it's night and day, but for a car to be truly JDM, it has to be born and bred for Japan. A lot of people mix this up. They assume if it's Japanese, it must be JDM, but that's not the case. A US spec Toyota Corolla, not JDM. A Canadian market Subaru WRX, also not JDM. Even if it shares a platform or engine with the JDM car, if it wasn't made for Japan's domestic market, it's technically not JDM. This is why the 25-year import rule in the United States is such a big deal. JDM cars that weren't originally legal here, like the R32 Skyline GTR, can now be imported after they're 25 years old, giving enthusiasts access to vehicles we never officially got. So just because a car has a Japanese badge doesn't make it JDM, and just because it looks like a JDM model doesn't mean it's the real thing. Well, okay, so why the obsession? Why are people importing cars, doing right-hand drive conversions, and chasing rare JDM parts like treasure? Performance is a huge reason. JDM cars often came with tech that was ahead of its time, like active differentials, twin-turbo setups, or complex all-wheel drive systems. The Skyline GTR-S is set at all-wheel drive and super steering. That was sci-fi stuff in the early 90s. Then there's the tuning potential. Cars like the Toyota Supra MK4 and Nissan Silvia are known for how well they respond to mods. You can throw boost, fuel, and tuning at a 2JZ or an RB26 and unlock ridiculous horsepower. JDM cars also have cultural weight, from Initial D to Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift to Gran Turismo and Need for Speed. These cars became icons not just on the streets, but in pop culture. And finally, exclusivity. Owning a JDM car meant having something rare, something unique, something that turns heads and meat because not everyone has one. It's not just about performance, it's about identity. A big part of JDM culture is what's under the hood. Let's talk engines, because Japan has produced some of the most legendary motors in automotive history. 2JZ GTE, found in the Supra MK4, known for its insane strength and reliability. Tuners push this to 800 to 1,000 horsepower with stock internals. The RB26 Det, the Skyline's GTR's twin-turbo straight-six, balanced, tunable, and ready to scream at high RPMs. A20 and B18C, Honda's VTEC legends, naturally aspirated engines that rev to the moon and respond beautifully to mods. SR20 Det, the go-to swap for Nissan builds, affordable, turbocharged, and drift-ready. Engine swaps are a core part of the JDM world. You'll see K-swaps in old Civics, in drift cars, or even 2JZs, thrown into BMWs and Mustangs. JDM motors are often the heart of the build. even when the chassis is in Japanese. And beyond swaps, you've got tuning scenes that go deep. Wide bodies, time attack builds, street drift cars, track weapons. JDM culture thrives on customization, performance, and personal expression. What started in Japan has spread across the world. From midnight tug races in the mountains of Gunma to sunset meets in California, the JDM community is global now. Enthusiasts import cars, study Japanese tuning philosophy, and chase period-correct parts like it's an art form. You've got entire events like Tokyo Auto Salon, Destination Japan, and Import Alliance dedicated to this culture. And on YouTube, creators are documenting their JDM builds, road trips to Japan, and tuning diaries for millions of viewers. Even new cars like the 2023 Nissan Z are taking inspiration from the golden era of JDM, providing this isn't just nostalgia, it's evolution. But you can't talk JDM without naming some of the legends. Nissan Skyline GTR, the R32, R33, and R34 are all kings of performance. Subaru Impreza WRX STI, rally legend with turbo boxer power. Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution, all-wheel grip, turbo torque, and competition DNA. Honda NSX, mid-engine supercar precision from Japan. Toyota AE86, the drift icon started a movement. Each of these cars has a legacy, each tells a story, and each carries that JDM spirit. So now you know, JDM is more than just a sticker, it's a philosophy, a style, a whole subculture built around precision engineering, creativity, and community.